On a rainy spring afternoon, Denise Diggs visited the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture. She was in search of a family artifact. Wearing jeans and a blue windbreaker, she blended in with other Washington tourists, until she descended into a dimly lit exhibition area. There, Diggs began weaving in and out of visitors engrossed by the remnants of a slave ship, a wrought iron slave collar and a 6-foot statue of Thomas Jefferson standing in front of a wall of stacked bricks memorializing the hundreds of humans he owned. Diggs was on a mission, to find a Bible once owned by her family's patriarch. A few steps down the hall, she discovered it, amid relics highlighting the experiences of enslaved people and the role they had played on the plantation. The 62-year-old grew teary as she stared at the Bible. It was open to the first chapter of the book of Exodus, which recounts the Hebrews being placed in bondage in Egypt. This was the first time she had seen the Bible on display, protected behind thick glass. Diggs turned and noticed a tourist wearing glasses was staring at her. "It belonged to my great-grandfather," Diggs said, dabbing away tears as she pointed to the book. "Oh, my goodness," the tourist replied. "Incredible. It's pretty amazing to me, that it got here and that we still have it. And it's legible, not destroyed, or hard to read," Diggs said later. "As long as people are talking about you after you pass, you never really leave. Now that our ancestors' Bible is on display in one of America's most esteemed museums," she added, "it feels like he'll live on, and our story will live on." The Bible's humble journey to the Smithsonian began long before the Diggs family discovered it in San Bernardino more than 3 decades ago, in a box of books set to be donated to charity. In its pages, the family found notes from an enslaved, literate ancestor who documented 5 generations of births, deaths and marriages. His neat script provided the clues necessary for Diggs and her brother to trace their lineages back to the shores of Africa. That is a rare feat for most African Americans because enslaved people were deemed property in much of the country until the end of the Civil War and emancipation. The federal government did not record their names until its 1870 census, a lack of documentation that, when coupled with other racist policies, has left empty branches on many family trees. It is not particularly common for African American families to find artifacts from the era of enslavement. Most enslaved people were not literate, and records documenting their existence were produced by slaveholders who emphasized their financial value over their humanity, Stevenson said.